Okay, let's go.
Listen up, folks. This is not a crashing housing market. That's noise. That is influencers chasing likes, shares, and comments. It's not analysis. I'm Chris Munkel. Well, kind of. I'm his clone. I'm here to deliver his studied analysis of the market. So, other than a few obvious goofy gestures and maybe a little lip sync hiccup, you're still getting Chris's deep dive breakdown of the market. And as hard as I try, my charisma's never going to out-negotiate his. Probably why he builds the avatar and I just show up to work. Anyway, let's dive in. Kansas City's housing market just sent a signal that most national headlines are missing. If you're buying or selling anywhere in the Kansas City metro, this is the briefing you actually need. National housing headlines are softer right now. Rates are still higher than people want. Some sales forecasts were revised down. National price growth has slowed. But Kansas City had a stronger May than April. That gap is what this is about, not the national headlines. Here is what the data means, whether you're buying, selling, or trying to decide whether to wait. Average time to sell in the Kansas City metro dropped from 48 days in April to 39 days in May. May is usually stronger than April across the metro. Buyers were active and good homes were getting attention. Sellers received 98.8% of original list price across the metro. Buyers are watching price, condition, and payment. The market right now is active but more selective. If you're shopping under $400,000, that price point is the hottest segment in the market right now. Good homes in that range can get multiple offers fast. If you're in that range, be prepared with your best and final offer. Come in strong the first time because you may not get a second chance. A strong realtor in your corner matters. Losing a home because you didn't get to show your full hand is frustrating and it's avoidable. More broadly, don't assume every home is sitting just because national headlines sound slower. You hear softer national news and think, good, I have time. Sometimes that's true. It depends on the home, the price point, the condition, and where it is. So the answer isn't panic, it is preparation. Know your comfort level and have your financing or proof of funds ready before you walk into a house you like. Smart buyers are ready before the right home shows up and are ready to make a clean decision when the right one appears. Now, sellers, you still have demand, but demand is not the same thing as desperation. Homes sold faster in May. Sellers received 98.8% of original list price across the metro. And Johnson County sellers, pay attention to this one because it beat the metro average. Sellers in your area received 101.3% of original list price in May. Buyers are comparing more closely now. Your price against the home down the street. Your condition against your asking price, your updates against the monthly payment, and your home against just waiting. A buyer can renew a lease, sit tight, or keep watching. The home has to make sense. Be sure to price to the market you're actually in. Not the market from 2 years ago, not the neighbor's sale from last year. Today's market, today's buyer. Listing high to see what happens isn't harmless. The home gets seen. Serious buyers compare it. If it feels high, they move on. Then it sits. Then comes the reduction. Then buyers start wondering, what's wrong with it? Now you're not negotiating price, you're negotiating perception. That's a harder place to sell from. The better move is to launch correctly. Condition, pricing, presentation, competition, all locked in before the home goes live. List when the home is ready and priced to today's market. Not just because it's peak season across the greater Kansas City area. Peak season only helps if the home is prepared for the sale. So please understand, Kansas City is not one giant market that moves and operates the same. You have 2 different states, several counties, cities, neighborhoods. There are differences. A $325,000 home doesn't move the same as an $850,000 home. A move-in ready home shouldn't need more work. A seller with flexibility is not the same as a seller who has to move in 30 days. So many factors matter. That's why how's the market is too broad. The better question is, how's the market for my move, for my investment? Johnson County stayed strong. Average price around $561,000. Average time to sell, 30 days. And 101.3% of original list price. Platte County improved. Days on market dropping from 57 to 30. Miami County went from 70 days to 46. Wyandotte came in at 27. Those numbers are starting points, not instructions. Your decision still depends on your price range, your timing, and your next step. Again, nothing is crashing right now. This is a more selective market. Rates can move. Inventory can build in certain price ranges. A crash needs more pressure than we're seeing in the data. You'd expect more forced selling, more distress, more inventory flooding in. That's not the picture right now. A lot of homeowners still have equity. Many have rates they don't want to give up. That keeps supply tighter than the numbers appear at first glance. I wouldn't build a buying plan around waiting for a crash unless your specific segment is actually showing that kind of pressure. Right now, the broader Kansas City data doesn't. If buying a home would stretch you too thin, wait. But if you're waiting because you think Kansas City is about to hand you a much better deal down the road, think that through. If the right home fits your budget, your timing, and your plan, then let's have the conversation and look at it. And sellers worried about timing, focus less on the season and more on getting the launch right. If the home isn't ready, don't rush it. If the price expectation is disconnected from the market, fix that before you list. A weak launch is hard to recover from. But if the home is prepared, priced well, and presented well, buyers are still active. That's a useful setup. You can't control rates, national headlines, or buyer confidence, but you can control how your home competes. So here's the simplest read on May. Kansas City got more active from April to May. Homes sold faster. Sellers still received a strong percentage of original list price. Johnson County came in above it. Buyers shouldn't assume every home is sitting. Sellers shouldn't assume buyers will chase anything. This is a market where local data matters, but it has to be applied to your situation. The same market means something different for a buyer under $400,000, a seller in Johnson County, and a higher-end home that needs work. After spending over 25 years directing corporate operations, advising C-suite leaders, and helping them strategically position for high-stakes negotiations, I chose to bring that same approach to protecting people like you through one of the largest financial decisions you'll ever make. If you're looking to buy or sell, don't get this market wrong. Let's have the conversation. I'm here to help. And if you want to stay current on what's happening in the housing market, give me a follow, a like, and share with your friends. And thank you for listening.